thought I'm not concerned about the temp. It says it's 61. So I'm going to go out and shoot with some high hoops till close to 10. And then I'm come in here and soak and listen to the videos we made today. And then, we'll see. I got to move. I got to make sure I keep moving. I got to do, my exercises are doing me good. I just get depressed, and I got to stay out of that depression. I just don't like genocide, so it depresses me. And so competition over money for sex with violent people is depressing to me. So I get very, gosh, it's been this way since before Jesus was crucified, worldwide. If you look at the dynamic of what the Aztecs were doing with the Kublai Khan, the Genghis Khan, and all the Konga Khans and the Shumadans and the Hannibals and the Hannibals and the what's the other fucker's name? I don't know. Don't really care. Roland the Great, Roland the Terrible, Pico the Paco, Pico the Pico, and all those assholes. And there's very small pockets. Confucius did have influence over a pretty good region, okay, but it didn't last for long because silent sex cults see it as weak and it can't stand the test of time. It's like, yeah, but the violent sex cults are statues that go up and down, up and down. Oh, look, Stalin put up Lenin because nobody likes Stalin, and that's why we have all the statues of Lenin. It wasn't because Lenin was a bad guy; it's because no one liked Stalin. They put Stalin's up, but people liked Lenin's better. That's why they put his body out there for them to go see it, because they loved him so much. Everybody hated Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin hated Joseph Stalin. Okay. If you hate what Joseph Stalin does with the soul of his pathetic mind, yeah, you are right in hating the wretched flesh of Joseph Stalin. Nikolai Lenin, no. Okay, he tried to protect the weak and the vulnerable from the vicious and the brutal. He was a good man. That really pisses me off. I hate propaganda. Okay, the Russians can't have a good man. They all got to be assholes and murderers. Okay, how many people did King David have to kill to protect women and children from raping, marauding, murdering exploiters and extorters? And how many did he have to stand up and say, "Hey, just live peace with us"? No. You take my gun from my cold dead hand, live free or die. Make more license plates, right? So, you guys are such assholes. If you don't like Nikolai Lenin, that's your issue, not mine. Okay? I've had many conversations with him, not as much, only what I really needed to know, not as much as he just didn't have the time. And, but the dear, Joseph, I can, dear Nikolai, I can get any of these people to kill you here to take, to be next in line to me. And he goes, yeah, but dear, dear Joseph, I'm not one of those. You're going to have a hard time finding a good Russian. Am I not Russian, Joseph? That's what Nikolai always used to tell him. Yeah, if you can find one true, honest Russian that won't kill you to take your cow and fuck your wife, we're not all Cossacks. Okay. Dun dum 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 dum. That's the music from Peter and the Wolf. Okay. But yeah, no. I love Nikolai Lenin a lot. Okay. So those of you that don't love him, it's because you're like Joseph Stalin. I love Joseph Stalin. I just can't stand him. Like Adolf Hitler. I love Adolf Hitler. I can't stand him. I can't stand murdering, raping, lie to myself to get away with all, I get all the money and all the girls because I deserve it because I worked hard for it. I hate that shit. Okay. I won't be able to find a Russian. Am I not Russian, Joseph? Okay. Let's hear it for Nikolai Lenin. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the lives we choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Oh yes, my friend, we're older but no wiser. Just don't go to the tavern. Yeah, when you drink, you don't think too good. Put down the vodka. Pick up the Bible. Living on free food tickets. Water in the milk from the hole in the roof where the rain came through. What do you do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, tears from little sister. I think Nikola Jokic knows what I'm talking about. I think a lot of the Baltic state kids understand. Okay, they don't have that. Only good Russian is a dead Russian. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah, only a peewit judges a man by the group and a group by the man. Having been taught the lesson not to walk alone, I was waiting for the good Samaritan, but waiting was hopeless. And if you think all Croats are good and all Ukrainians and all Lithuanians are good, your head is so far up your ass you can't get out of the way of yourself. If you think all Russians are bad, okay? Yeah. It's hard to be a black Russian. It's hard to be a Russian, period, man. You're in the frozen tundra and the steppe, and you're in economic conflict with murdering assholes that have Miami Beach, and more people pay money to go to Miami Beach than they do to Moscow. What's a bean and ling capital that not that Moscow? Do you understand? Okay. But Jerry's World, man. This is the third bowl game I've watched playing in that same little dome. That same little inside stadium they have. I think it's in Dallas, right? But as far as the venue goes, I think it holds about 20,000 people. They use it for big time college football, high school football games, right? And so that's three, okay? And they're in close proximity. So you had teams. This one's got from San Antonio, they're going from San Antonio, I think, to Dallas, the Dallas area. They had the other one was like Arkansas State and someone else, and that was who was Arkansas State playing? Was Western Kentucky? I don't remember, but they was a lot of people coming in from Jonesboro, from Bowling Green. I think Bowling Green was one of them, and another one. One was I think Southern Mississippi, and was Southern Mississippi? Who was they playing? Was Southern Mississippi playing Western Kentucky or? I can't remember, but that was in the New Orleans Bowl, so that was in New Orleans. All right, that was in the Sugar Dome, it's the Sugar Dome, right? Superdome. Is it Sugar or Super? Is it Superdome? I don't know. It's a Sugar Bowl, all right. But they have the Sugar Bowl there, right? And they also have the New Orleans Bowl, and they also have the Bayou Classic and stuff. So you get lots of because they'd be coming from. Baton Rouge to New Orleans and from Grambling to New Orleans. Okay. And they fill it up, and they spend lots of money because people are retarded. They are. They're retarded, man. Living on free food tickets, water in the milk from the hole in the roof where the rain came through. Yeah. Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to lift a glass or two. Oh, my friend, we're older, but we're no wiser. It's been 10,000 years, and I'm still getting money to fook me and fook you. Twins, Basil. Those were the days, my friend. We were high on drugs back then. We drank too much. We fucked our own cousin. And they made jokes about it on the Big Bang Theory. And what do we do? That's not that's very common. Or most people in the world throughout tribalism, throughout time, are cousins. A boy like that will kill your brother. A boy like that will rape your mother. Well, yeah, we know. We watched this new Troy movie. It's like, how many times do we got to go over this? Well, when you got bad thinking there, homie, we're older but no wiser, right? Hey, Mo! Okay, so Three Stooges. But yeah, inbred tribalism. If there's a defective genes in the gene pool, do you think there's defective genes in the gene pool? You think? They think money's real. They'll kill over it for sexual procreation for the people that own the planet. And then claim that the God in their head paid for all their stupidity. That's insane. Oh, my friend, we're older but no wiser. Okay. See why I say don't drink? It kills your brain cells, man. And marijuana, it numbs the pain. It doesn't kill them. It just makes them, what? I was gonna lick your pussy too, but I didn't, and I know why. Because they got high. Because they got high. Because they got high. Da 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 da. Norman Greenground and me and Jesus in the sky. We got a bridge over troubled water. Is that written by Paul Simon? I think it is, and I know why. Because All I Know was written by Jimmy Webb, and he also wrote Wichita Lineman and Galveston and Up and Away. He also wrote MacArthur Park. Yeah, it's not true. Okay, that's too. Quite the drama queen. I'm glad he is. Galveston's one of my favorites, man. It's about a guy stuck in war, in love with a beautiful brown-eyed Mexican girl in Galveston, Texas. And he has to go kill her people in Mexico. Isn't that horrible? I can see her dark eyes glowing. She was 21 when I left Galveston. Galveston, oh Galveston. He hears the kind of thrashing, and then he prays that he can go back. I clean my gun and dream of Galveston. It's a sad song. Oh, my friend, we're older, but no wiser. She met him one night in Laredo. Did Marty write that one or someone else? That's a good one, man. Just a wild Comachero, they say. They told her that he'd been an outlaw, and she had to send him away. They warned her of toil and of hardships, and a life filled with heartaches and tears. Till one day he sent her a message, but it's not going to happen. That doesn't give you the whole story. Okay? He was an outlaw, and he stole the bag of money from the mall that the lobsters and mobster sauce knew it was their money, right? The 5 brothers who left Arkansas set out to get the gambler who murdered their pa. 5 brothers and 3 in their teens set out to get the man who killed their pa in New Orleans. And then he sits there and he puts his head down. For the 5 days of glory at the siege of Alamo, they're murdering over money and they all claim to be Christians. The ghost of Dustin Diamond is loose. Help us, Screech, Samuel. Old Screech, right? Yeah, he's a funny kid. Made me laugh, and he died in 2021. Life gets hard. Life gets hard to do. I'm driving. I saw a thing on Lark, and her life was, and she had a bad relationship with a guy, and it got ugly, like Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley, and I was like, oh, this is sad. It's sad. What happened to me and my... Well, that was sad, too, since Siri gets killed by the grandpa from the Waltons. Son of a bitch. I thought he was a nice guy. Me too. But he went off back to the East Coast and had a wife and kids and was a moocher off of his son-in-law. Was it his son-in-law or was that his? That was Grandpa Walton. So it was a moocher off of his son, right? Yeah, and that guy, he's not alive. He got killed from a slave revolt from Wrestler. Well, no, they killed Wrestler, and then the Kunta and the rest of the guys killed Ralph Wade. And then when they got back in the thing, Lou Grant was told what a successful voyager was because he didn't lose nearly as many slaves as many of the rest of the guys did. And he lost half his crew in a mutiny, so he didn't have to pay out those salaries because most of them were single men. Because it's hard to stay in a relationship when you're having sex with black women across the seas, crossing the seas. That's true. That's true. Okay. Gonorrhea, get your sister. Chlamydia, let's get out of here. Why does that happen? That's not because those women are disgusting. It's because they put them in disgusting conditions. The men were being disgusting. So if you're a man, don't be disgusting. Don't be caught being disgusting, especially post-apocalypse. And we are post-apocalypse. Oh, my friends, you're older, but no wiser. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. I was this intelligent when I was not even 4 years old, explaining it to Spencer J. Kimball, to my parents after church. Yeah. Doop, doop. Doopy, 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 doop, doop. I'm a special little guy. Had I been this special, I was born this way. And, the prayers, most of the prayers, and looking back now, I know it was the spirit of Abraham. It was Muhammad and Abraham, defending Jesus. Okay. Like Muhammad said about the spirit of Jesus in the Quran, that Jesus was born with his fist from the cradle, defending his mother's honors from rapists. God puts the baby there. Even if it's a product of rape, yes, it's all in how you raise the baby. If you get away from the rapist and you raise that child to be like Father Abraham, no more Adolf Hitlers. No more Joseph Stalins. Am I not Russian, dear Joseph? Those were the days, my friend, I thought they'd never end. Okay. Faith is your foundation, and with a whole lot of love and a warm conversation and plenty of prayer, making you strong where you belong so you can live in the love of the common people, be the pride and the heart of a family man. Mama and daddy gonna live the Lord's Prayer forever, and that is where we need to stand. And then rest in peace while we lay faithfully together while she waits for me. So my song is right tonight. Hey, you gamblers, you're not going to break even. You don't want to die in your sleep. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. You have to wake up in the same nightmare as a baby.